What's going on, YouTube? This is Stacy with Sandtrans LLC, where our motto is we're driving for financial freedom. And just stopping in today to give you guys some tips on saving time while you out there trucking in the Hotshot business. And this is for the inside and outside, when you're on the road, and when you're also inside the office. Right now, we're coming out of Miami. We're trucking across country again. From Miami, our end stop is going to be San Jose, California. And we're actually going across country, but the loads didn't fall in place like we wanted them to, so we're going to end up stacking and jacking across country. But it should make up for a nice payday once we reach San Jose, if everything works out right. Because in this business, we don't count our chickens before they hatch. So we just we can only hope for the best. Hope the loads fall into place. But like I said, I want to talk about how to save time in the industry. And you and I both know, a lot of people say time is money. And in the trucking industry, the more time you have, the more money you can make. But at the same time, play on words, but time is more valuable than money, because we can always go out here and make more money, but we can never go out and create more time. Once that 5-10 minutes is gone, it's gone forever. It's never coming back. But we can go out and hustle another $10 to $100 in no time. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, my first tip is organization, being organized. And what me and Adolph do is we try to stay as organized as possible. And ways we do that, I created a system already in place. So over the past of the 8 months we've been out on the road, we've developed a system on how we communicate, what he expects from me, what I expect from him while he's out there on the road. One part of our system is a calendar. We both share the same calendar. It's my job as the office personnel to put the information on the calendar for him, such as the load, the pickup time, the delivery time, the load number, the load rate, who his contact people, who the broker, as much detail about that load as possible, where he can look on his handheld device, cell phone, tablet, or whatever, and at any time he can get any information about that load. And that system is within our organization. And it works out for us because, if he needs to call the broker, he needs to know what time that load needs to be delivered. He needs, the address of the load, whatever the case may be, it's on the calendar for him. And the same thing, if he needs a day off or if he's got something scheduled, he puts it on the calendar. That way I'll see it on my end. Okay, well, he needs to be home that day, so I need to route him home, so on and so forth. So the calendar is one way we consider being organized. Another thing is keeping while you're out there in the truck, keeping all your equipment organized, your straps, your binders, your chains, all that stuff should be organized in different compartments. That way when you're loading, you don't have to scramble and look around and find the necessary parts you need to strap your load down, your tarps. All that stuff should be organized strategically, so you know where they're at. It saves you time. Time is money, so the more time a trucker has, the more time he drives, the more money he makes, and he gets to his destination a lot quicker. Another time-saving tip is having parts on your truck. Now, I got this information from one of my subscribers. He dropped this information on us because we were getting banged up out here in the field when our truck had issues. And so the last issue that we had was on brakes. Our brakes on the trailer got messed up, and the bearings, and so on and so forth. We spent probably about 6 or 7 hours just gathering all the parts. But if we had the parts on the truck, all we need is the labor. So we could have saved 7 or 8 hours. We could have been trucking ahead a schedule. And again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but time is money. And then a filing system when you're in the office. On the office side, you need to have a filing system for every month. That way, if you have to go back to a load, if for some reason it didn't get factored properly through the factoring company, or they wanted some documentation, you should be able to go back in your filing system to that particular month and go to that particular load and pull up any documentation that you need, in order to get paid. Because sometimes they'll come back and they need certain documentation because the shipper is kicking the deal back. So you may have to go back and get the BOL, the original signed BOL. You need to have that information. So when the driver comes in, you need to get all his paperwork, file it, so you'll have it. Another tip as far as saving time is having the auxiliary tank. And the auxiliary tank, we have one on our truck. It's a 90-gallon tank. But that device right there saves us about 2 hours a day from having to stop and fuel. When you have to stop in and grab fuel, sometimes there's a line at the tank. Sometimes there's a line on the inside of the travel center where you're waiting just to pay for the fuel. So you could burn 45 minutes, even sometimes an hour, at the travel center just to get out. Then you risk chances. Somebody's got you blocked in. We've had a case where somebody knocked our mirror off. We had a case where we were leaving the tank and ran into the back of our trailer, hit someone's tire. So, those type of incidents could have possibly been avoided if at that time we had the fuel tank. We would have been at that station, so things would have played out a lot differently. So a fuel tank is definitely a good idea, and also could save you 2 hours of traveling, because when you're driving, you only have 14 hours to work. You got 11 hours to drive. So you're trying to get to that destination by as quick as you can. So every minute counts. The last tip that I'm going to talk about, and we just got this in our truck, is the pre-pass. And what the pre-pass is, it's a device that will allow us to pass certain way stations. While we're on the interstate driving, it sits on top of the dash, and they have certain lanes on the interstate that will weigh the trailer while we're riding on the interstates. And depends on if it goes red or if it goes green. If it goes green, we can keep trucking. We save roughly about 10 to 15 minutes by doing that. But another key point is, by bypassing the weigh station, we reduce the risk of us being inspected by the DOT also. So, if you got to get inspected, another hour of your time gone, Plus, you risk the chance of, getting some type of violation. So that pre-pass helps us there. Also, it helps us when we're coming to toll lanes. So you can get the pre-pass, you can get your tolls paid for, and avoid the weigh stations. And you can run in the express toll lanes. So you don't have to wait in that line to pay the toll lady or the toll man. You can get in the express lane and truck on through. We feel by not having to stop at the weigh stations, by not having to go through the toll lanes, it's going to save us at least another 45 minutes to an hour a day. So those are my tips for today on the saving time. This is Sandtrans LLC. This is our channel. We've been around for 8 months. Our subscribers have went up tremendously thanks to Toe Piglet, who gave us a big shout out. So big shout out to Toe Piglet. He has a lot of great knowledge. Shout out to Moja, our driver, his channel. Check it out, Moja Companies. And y'all, somewhere around at the bottom, hit the like button. Let's try to grow this channel as large as we can right now. We're over 500 subscribers in 8 months. And before the end of the year, our goal is to hit 1,000. So y'all subscribe to the channel, like the channel also. And if you feel that it's some really good knowledge, I want you to share it so other people can, you know, learn this game. The trucking industry is great. It's a lot of hard work, but, you know, nothing comes easy. So this is Sandtrans. I'm signing out. Remember, we driving for financial freedom. We won't stop until we get there. Like the channel. I'm out.